On the News with Block menu today, forget the moon, Cardano is going to Pluto. The Korean crypto exchange guillotine is ready to drop and ARK remains floating on the sea of Bitcoin. Welcome to BPTV's News with Block, our daily look into big crypto news, market analysis, and what is white hot and what is quite not, and all the other wild whispers currently shaping the crazy world of crypto. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you do not miss out on any of the latest content from BlockParty, covering all of our latest trade results, bragging rights, and the awesome dojo sessions with Pro Trader Reggie George. Remember, this is for educational and fun purposes only, and not, I repeat, not financial advice. If you're on board with that, then enough noise and let's roll. And the buzzword is back, Cardano or ADA, so rev up your rockets because this one is going to the moon. But why? Well, smart contracts went live yesterday. So let's see what's been going on. Cardano has entered a new development phase after initiating Alonzo on mainnet. The hard fork took place on Sunday at 21:44 UTC at Epoch 290 and introduced a brand new network. Alonzo saw input-output, the core development team working on Cardano integrate Pluto scripting for smart contract programmability. What an ironic name for beyond moon price range. Over the last few months, input-output has continuously been testing Alonzo in preparation for the hard fork. In fact, in the last year, Cardano has been the leader in terms of the number of commits per month, according to an Outlier Ventures report. Alonzo upgrades sets Cardano on the path to enabling a host of new use cases such as DeFi. However, it is likely to be some time before the network hosts a thriving ecosystem of dApps, partly due to scaling concerns. The Cardano-based decentralized exchange MinSwap ran into problems as a result of network's concurrency issues when it tested smart contracts last week. Concurrency problems have been attributed to Cardano's method of settling transactions, known as Extended Unspent Transaction Output, or UTXO. Teams from projects such as SundaySwap, Maladex, and OCamFi have already begun to work on scaling solutions to achieve adequate concurrency for their dApps. When these solutions are implemented, it is hoped that the network will support a thriving ecosystem. Decentralized exchanges, launchpads, and NFT marketplaces are expected to go live in the coming months. Cardano's ADA token has enjoyed a rise in recent weeks, along with many other Layer 1 blockchain tokens. So let's take a look at Cardano's technicals and where it might be going. So here we are with Cardano trading at $2.428, around about there. And it is looking in a pretty good and strong bounce position from what I can see so far. And as you can see here, we've seen a strong bounce here, 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 and also here. So that's 4 bounces from this quite strong support zone, all but confirming it. We have seen a double top pattern, which caused a bit of a heavy dump. Now it was 16%. Now I'm not too surprised that there was a bit of a dump here, as the common speculative theory is that, you know, you buy the rumor, sell the news, and with the smart contracts going live on the 12th and it being Sunday as well, never a great day for trading, we saw quite a significant sell-off because a lot of people have profited up until this point. Now we did come to a pretty hard stop around here, and in my opinion it would be potentially quite a good place to start accumulating Cardano again. We saw highs of up to like $3 and what was it, $3.10, which is huge. You know, we still got some a big way to go to get up there, 27%, so that could be a potential first target. We're currently shaping a bullish harmonic bat pattern, as well as some real strong BlockParty alpha indicator buy signals on the RSI and BPT index, meaning there's volume coming in and it's heavily oversold. We are still sitting on top of the 50 DMA, which is great news. We've not broken down below it. I have to say that everything is actually looking pretty strong for Cardano at the moment, and there isn't anywhere near as much of a sell-off as I thought there would be. So target-wise, with Cardano, of course, we can always see downsides for sure. So just bear that in mind. Maybe look to accumulate. If you are into the mode of having stop losses, then somewhere in and around this lower support of $1 85 cents. I think if we start to break down below that from this point now, then I think there will be continued downsides and just look to exit and re-enter at a much better and stronger position. Alternatively, you can always just accumulate as you go down at these significant pivot points. You know, this is a real key one, $1.88, $1.90. Then again, as you get to around to this point, would be another very key point to accumulate at just $1. But where would I be targeting? I generally think around about $4 is not out of the question. $4.50 maybe. Would we see that this year? I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. Looks like Bitcoin is opening more El Salvadors. I'm not even sorry about that one. Hashtag dad jokes. El Salvador to establish Bitcoin tax exemptions for foreign investors. Foreign investors will be exempt from taxes on Bitcoin profits, says the government of El Salvador. Government official has also stated if a person has assets in Bitcoin and makes high profits, there will be no tax. No way. It remains to be seen how the change will proceed in the medium and long term. So let's have a little bit more of an in-depth look at that. The government of El Salvador has said that the foreign investors will be exempt from taxes on Bitcoin profits. The government of El Salvador said that foreign investors will be exempt from taxes on Bitcoin profits. A government advisor disclosed this information on September the 10th, which is a development that further incentivizes entrepreneurs and investors to enter the nation. Speaking to AFP, Javier Argueta, legal advisor to President Nayib Bukele, said, "If a person has assets in Bitcoin and makes high profits, there will be no tax. This is done, obviously, to encourage foreign investment." Argueta also said that the country was working with international agencies to implement compliance measures. Global bodies like International Monetary Fund, the IMF, have highlighted traceability and the prevention of illicit financial activities as key worries. No doubt, it's cryptocurrency at the end of the day. The ratifying of Bitcoin as legal tender, though still in its early days, has been proving somewhat problematic for the country. There has been criticism from all sides, from opposition parties to global bodies across the world. But the government has not been swayed, undeterred by this resistance. Personally, I hope this does not turn into a safe haven for fat cats and shady dealings alike, and can end up generating a strong, healthy economy for the folks of El Salvador. A success story like this will not only warm the cockles, but shape a potential future for countries looking to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Ever reliable ARK still remains floating on the sea of Bitcoin. Good old Cathie Woods. ARK Investment Management to launch funds that offer investment in Canada's Bitcoin ETF. One of the few regions that have approved a Bitcoin ETF so far. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Digital assets fund manager ARK Investments Management is set to launch funds that offer investment in Canada Bitcoin ETF. According to the SEC filing, the application notes that the fund in question may invest in funds listed in Canada, specifically singling out the Canadian Bitcoin ETFs. It notes that risks associated with investing in funds are similar to direct investing in Bitcoin. ARK Invest also stated that the fund may trade at significant premium or discount to NAV, which is the typical of ETFs. And if you didn't know, ARK Invest is an investment management firm based in New York City and has over $50 billion worth of assets under management. And the firm was founded by American investor Cathie Wood in 2014, a massive advocate of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency ETFs are widely considered as an important step to making the market more accessible to the public. ETFs must adhere to stricter regulations intended to protect investors. Investor protection and market manipulation have been key concerns for regulators in countries across the world. Countries and Europe going forward with Bitcoin ETFs, whilst the US still hesitates. Canada is one of the few countries that have approved a Bitcoin ETF. Among these are Brazil and French fund that was approved by European Union. These moves were lauded by those invested in the crypto market, who believe that it will bring some legitimacy and protection to the market. The United States has been dominating ETF news, unsurprisingly, given it is the most popular market for crypto. The US SEC currently has over a dozen ETFs waiting for decision. The prognosis is not looking good, however. Here he comes again. The SEC and its chairman, Gary Gensler, repeatedly cited investor protection as a concern. They do not seem likely to proceed with the decision until a regulatory framework is in place. However, silver lining is that the US appears to be preparing a regulatory framework. Despite the uncertainty surrounding the SEC and ETF approvals, many big name firms are also keen on ETFs. Goldman Sachs has submitted an ETF focused on DeFi to the SEC, doing so in July. This offers some hope that positive decisions will arrive sometime in the medium to long-term future, which investors I'm sure will be pleased with. I feel that when the US ETFs drop, and I anticipate this around about November, maybe October, we'll be seeing some huge moves for Bitcoin. In the meantime, let's check out what Bitcoin is up to today. So here we are, let's see what's been happening with Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. And quite significantly, we've seen a great big bounce, well, not a great big bounce just yet, from the $44,400 region. And this is the third one of all of the bounces so far. And this has somewhat confirmed a bit of a descending triangle formation, or pattern if you want. And this is commonly seen midway through a trend, whether it's downwards or upwards, but commonly downwards with it being a descending triangle. So I think we might be seeing a little bit more bearish movement. But for the immediate short term, I actually think we're going to be going up to around about 45,600. And from there, you know, get rejected back down. There is a tremendous amount of volume happening between 46k and 45k. So I don't foresee us breaking through that anytime soon. If anything, we're going to maybe just get rejected and send ourselves straight back down here. And we could be heading straight to 43k, bounce, and then on to 41k. Or, in that fact, wherever the 200 DEMA is by then, that's going to act as a pretty strong support. And hopefully that will keep us above a certain region by the time October comes. I'm not saying that on October the 1st we're going to see a massive pump, but I am saying that I think October will bring some, either a bit of kind of ranging consolidation, or maybe even some bullish pressure as well. September, on the other hand, I still think is going to be pretty bearish. There's a lot of indications out there, a lot of that kind of Korea FUD that I've been talking about. So just stay wary. Probably don't be looking to open too many long positions just yet. And if you are in the mode of accumulating Bitcoin, I still think there is further and better positions that you can actually get. Like I said, notably at 43k and 41k, maybe a little bit higher, like I said, depending on where the 200 DMA lies. On the more bullish note, if we do end up breaking out of this downward trend line, then I think we can see a pretty strong push up to potentially 47k, if not definitely 46.5k. But for now, targets over the next, let's say 12 hours, set your stop loss at around about 44k and go long to 45,600-ish. And then if you do lose the stop loss there, then short it down to 43k. Pretty standard breakout play there, but I think it would be pretty safe to do one of those two options, providing the actual price confirms it. What is going on in Korea right now with the guillotine coming down on all of these crypto exchanges? Basically, the majority of Korean exchanges are going to have to shut down this month, insiders say. The deadline for South Korean crypto exchanges to meet new compliance requirements is looming fast, and all operators expected to submit requests for an official license with the Financial Services Commission, FSC, no later than September 24th. Or else. Industry actors and representatives for the smaller exchanges have contested the new requirements for much of the past year, yet without success. Now, insiders reportedly expect that close to 40 of the country's estimated 60 crypto operators will be forced to shut down. The crux of their objection has been the obligation that all exchanges show evidence that they are operating using real name accounts at the South Korean banks. That's fair. The FSC has justified by arguing that there is a high demand for customers for more protection and that their assets held at smaller crypto platforms. Yet South Korea's banks have, for the most part, refused to engage in any risk assessment process for applicant exchanges, except for the country's top 4 trading platforms. Go figure. These 4 exchanges, Upbit, Bithumb, Korbit, and Coin1, already account for over 90% of South Korea's total trade volume. And experts have in recent months made the case that FSC's new framework is poised to cement the country's crypto space as a monopolized market. Ooh, starting to sound very centralized, isn't it? Moreover, estimates by Kim Hyung-jung, a professor and head of the Cryptocurrency Research Center at Korea University, predict that the mass exchange closure will eliminate 42 kimchi coins, a moniker for smaller altcoins that are listed on smaller platforms and traded against the Korean won. Lee Chul-yi, head of local crypto exchange Fobblegate, has told the Financial Times that a situation similar to a bank run is expected near the deadline, as investors can't cash out their holdings of altcoins listed only on small exchanges. They will find themselves suddenly poor. I wonder if regulators can handle this side effect. With altcoins estimated to account for 90% of the traded volume in South Korea's crypto markets, the FSC has reportedly advised those exchange operators who expect to shut down to notify their clients no later than September the 7th. President of Korea Finance Consumer Federation has claimed that customer protection is unlikely to be the priority for those exchanges facing imminent closure, and that huge investor losses are therefore expected due to the freezing of assets and suspension of trading on smaller platforms. The regulatory heat will also affect international exchange operators. Binance has already preemptively halted Korean won trading pairs this summer to ensure that it does not fall foul of Korean authorities, as it has had its fingers burnt before. The new measures have been designed to curb Koreans' enthusiasm for crypto trading amid concerns that retail investors, especially those from younger generations, are borrowing excessively in order to trade as they struggle with suppressed wages, a frozen job market, and ever-rising real estate prices. Because of course, cryptocurrency trading exchanges is the problem here. Regardless, this will have a wider effect on the market, with mass panic trying to get money out of exchanges, and will likely have been attributing to the volatility and bearish sentiment across the market we have seen so far in September. Well, it is no secret we love talking and teaching crypto, so hit the like and subscribe buttons and whack that notification bell so you can catch all of the latest tutorials, strategies, and potential moonshots hot off the press. We have a bunch of other services, from trading channels, automated trading bots, best performing on 3 may I add, the Wild West DEX channel covering ultra low caps, airdrops, staking ops, new tokens, ICOs, IDOs, and I don't quite know, but I'ma buy it, one-on-one sessions
with pro trader Reggie George
to whip your portfolio into shape, and finally the elite, the powerhouse, the one, the only, the Alpha Pro Trading Indicator Suite, all included in the premium package, because we nice like that. So check it out at www.blockpartytrading.com, and of course find us in all of your usual social haunts on Facebook, Insta and Twitter. Till next time guys, remember, patience pays.